Hey guys, this is Joe again, and we're here for another round of spoilers. So it looks like we're going to be looking at some green spoilers today. They're going to be elf-based, which is pretty cool. We got the elf ruler right here. His name's Feyre Ledolile. At least I hope that's his name. That's how you pronounce it. He's an elf, 3 judgment. He has energize. His ability is rest 2 recovered elf resonators you control. Recover target magic stone. Play this ability only once per turn. Now I know what you're thinking, or at least this is what I was thinking. Why would I rest 2 recovered elf resonators when before I could just rest 1 elf and generate the same mana? You know, Melfi or Sacred Elf. But so the thing is, first of all, he counts himself as an elf, so you can rest him and another elf. Second of all, some of the cards coming up have a lot of like elf generation, elf tokens. So it's gonna be an interesting ability. I'm kind of excited for it. So let's look at his flip side, right? Feyre Ledolile, King of Wind. Okay, he's an 8/10. He's still an elf. This card enters a field with 4 Gale protection counters. When this card enters a field, search your deck for an elf resonator with total cost 4 or less and put it into the field. Then shuffle your deck. So, I like that. He searches out somebody and you just slaps him on the field. His 2 abilities are remove a Gale protection counter from this card. Target elf gains barrier until end of turn. Remove a Gale protection counter from this card. Target elf gains +3/+3 until end of turn. Now, what I like about this is he's still an elf. There's no more moonbeams, so you can chase this to anything trying to kill your resonator. He protects himself really well. He can attack with impunity. If someone's going to attack back into him, he can buff himself. He's got 4 Gale counters, which is a decent amount to play around with. That it blocks off maybe 2 spells and 2 attacks, or 2 blocks. So already, I kind of like him. Yeah. And you can give other elves, obviously, those abilities too. Barrier for your big elf, stuff like that. I like him. Next, we got Saintly Elven Stone. This is a stone. Treat this card as a wind magic stone. Taps produce green mana, and the secondary ability is tap target elf gains +1/+1 until end of turn. Now, I'm not really a fan of it because it's not a very good second ability. It's pretty bad. Very rarely you want to be like tapping to not produce mana. And, even with the King's first ability where you recover your magic stone, even then, you're still only giving something +2/+2. It's not worth it. Definitely not over some of the other stones we have already. So next we got Portal in the Woods. It's a 2 cost. It's an addition. When this card enters the field, put 5 guidance counters on it. At the end of your turn, remove a guidance counter from this card. If you do, put a 1/1 Wind Elf Resonator token into the field. So you can obviously only do that once per turn, but with 5 guidance counters, eventually, if everything goes well, you'll end up with 5 1/1 elf tokens. It's pretty good, it's a pretty good token generator. And it's a mana ramp. You put out your elves, you tap them for your ruler's ability, and you get more mana. And elves are definitely kind of going to that flood the board kind of archetype of decks. So let's look at the next one. Spirit Caller Elf. She's a 1 cost, 1/1. She's an elf. When this card enters the field, put a 1/1 Wind Elf Resonator token into the field. So already that's 1 mana for 2 elves. She essentially does you can pay 1 mana, play her. Now you got your 2 guys. As soon as they come into the field, you can use your ruler's ability to recover 1 of your magic stones, making her almost free. Not really, because you have to tap them, but it's nice. You could play, if you have 4 of those in your hand, you can play all 4 turn 1. Now you've got 8 elves out, right? And you can tap those 8 elves to recover your magic stones 4 times. That's 4 more mana that they're generating. And you got 8 1/1s. Now 1/1s are gonna die really quickly, and they're probably gonna die to board wipe. But it's interesting. It's interesting. So let's look at the next one. Commander of the Crowd. 3 green mana, 7/7, right? Elf Resonator. When this card enters the field, put 2 1/1 Wind Elf Resonator tokens into the field. Whenever this card attacks, other elves you control gain +1/+1 until end of turn. So now we're seeing, you know, some other elf generating cards, right? Now we're seeing, oh, whoa, the ruler might be able to turn that into some real fast mana. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. There's some deck brewing ideas there, but I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see what kind of like elf spam you can just start getting in here. So next we've got basically the finisher of the deck, or of this, you know, the spoiler, like elves. Pharaoh's Command. It's a 7 cost. It's pretty expensive. It has recover all resonators you control. Resonators you control gain +1,000/+1,000 and pierce until end of turn. So this is good. I think this is, you know, if you're playing this kind of deck, this is a card you throw, you know, this is your finisher. Basically, you know, you tap down all your elves for your mana. You can generate, like, you know, off of, like, let's say you have 8 elves, right? You only need 3 magic stones to play this card, because you're generating essentially 4 will off of your 8 elves. And then you have your regular 3 magic stones. Now you got 7 mana off of 3 stones. And now you're swinging in with 1,000 resonators with pierce. That means they're getting through any blockers. That's a game-ending swing right there. Unless they just died at board wipe, you know, but so next we got Tia Ledolile, Archer Princess of Elves. She's pretty cute. She's a 4 mana, so this is probably what you're going to be trying to search when you flip your ruler. 9/9, she's an elf. When this card enters the field, search your deck for a card named Tia's White Falcon. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Now I'm going to go into Tia's White Falcon because this is like a combo that they do. So you get Tia, you bring out Tia's White Falcon. He's 1 green, he's a 2/2 flyer. He's a beast. As long as you control Tia Ledolile, Archer Princess of Elves, this card gains swiftness. Whenever this card attacks, it deals 200 damage to target player or resonator. So you know that goes in your hand, so it's only 1 green mana. That's pretty cheap. So then Tia's other abilities are, when this card enters the field, target resonator gains, when damage is dealt to this card, destroy it until end of turn. And then she has a 6 cost tap ability. This card deals 1,000 damage to target player. So basically the combo here is you play Tia Ledolile, you search your deck for her White Falcon, you play the White Falcon, you give something you want to kill, whenever damage is dealt to it, it dies. Then you swing in with your Falcon, and the Falcon does damage when it attacks, and so you basically ping that guy and he dies. That's like it's a very convoluted combo. It can be stopped with, you know, a lot of stuff, but it's a decent combo. Probably not the best combo, but I like how they're kind of doing these combos. Like Dark Elves had the left and right hand combo. Elves have, you know, Tia and her Falcon. Like that's some good flavor. That's cool. I like it. And I mean, that's pretty much the end of the elf spoilers, honestly. You know, I think this kind of elf flood deck has a lot of potential. Favor, I'm sure other people are gonna find like some crazy token generating stuff, abilities to kind of maybe you know, brew well into this ruler. Like at first glance, you know, his ruler side ability isn't very strong, but I think it's interesting, and I think there's some crazy ramp abilities you can use with them. It'll be interesting to see if anybody, you know, takes a crack at him. Just a shout out, Oscar's doing a starter deck opening video tomorrow. It's gonna be real cool. You know, it's gonna showcase off all the cards. You got mermaids, elves, dark elves, dinosaurs, and pandas. So it's gonna be real cool. You know, showcase off all the rulers, all the cards you're gonna get. Ooh, I'm looking forward to it, and you guys should check it out. It's gonna be good. Thanks.